Think about a struggle your classroom, school, or district faces. Could technology help you solve it? That's a question administrators and staff at Sauk Prairie High School have never been afraid to ask. And they've achieved some tremendous results thanks to their forward-thinking approach. Let's take a look at how technology has helped this school to become more efficient and serve its students better. All right, so these are the kiosks. How do these work?
Yeah, basically when a student is late for class, either excused or unexcused, they come up and they just punch in their student ID number, hit enter, and then on the kiosk, the pass comes out, and they have a pass to go to class.
So how long have you been using these devices?
So we've been using devices similar to this for about 5 years. We went to the Tardy Kiosk at the beginning of this year. We have really been using them to consolidate our operations and make our office more efficient here. The biggest benefits are putting it right into the system for Skyward. So it's real-time accurate for them. Both teachers and staff here in the office know immediately where a student is and what time they check in.
Where did you get the idea to start using something like this?
We had a line of 20 kids that were standing here as the person hand wrote out every single pass. And we realized that our kids were getting late to class, they were missing learning time. And we said, well, what if we give students the power to go where they need help, as opposed to where we think that they need to go. Working with Skyward and STI, we implemented the Tardy Kiosks this year, and it puts the information right into Skyward. It really has cut down a lot of the work. So now when we have conversations with parents or conversations with other staff members, we know when a kid comes and goes much more precisely, where they can't wander the building for 20 minutes going to the bathroom. We wanted to set this up so they could be free to go, but yet when their parent called and said, I need Johnny, we know exactly where they are. That really drove us from that learning perspective of giving kids the freedom to get the help and the additional assistance that they needed.
So this is the positive attendance device then?
Yeah, we have one in every classroom. They just come in, just their lunch number or their ID, and they just punch it in, and that records the location and the time as where they're checking in at. We actually were the first school that put in positive attendance and have been using it for 5 or 6 years. We started with our all-school resource period. It really has expanded as people have seen the vision of what it can do. So now we're using it for lunch, they use it for different events, dances and those kind of things. The majority of students that use it understand that we're doing this for their benefit. We tried to explain to them that this is to give them more opportunity within the school. In real life, you are responsible for yourself. When you go to a job, you sign in, so you make sure you get paid. The same thing here, you're signing in so you get credit for being there, and they've really grabbed a hold of that, and it's allowed them to, again, take charge of their own education.
I've been a business partner with Skyward since 1992. We work with about 1,000 Skyward customers throughout the United States, and that was really kind of the mission that Shane gave me at that time, was how do we find a way to get this into Skyward real time? It's almost like we haven't found a way you can't use it.
Yeah, we're just using the Tardy Kiosk now. We're expanding that where the Skyward is sending an email to the student when they've got so many tardies to tell them you have a detention, please go serve the detention on your time when you're ready, and they go within that 3 or 5 day period.
So not only is the school responsible then for discipline and intervening, the student has that responsibility, and the parent has the visibility to enforce that so that there's a paper trail if there ever is an issue or a problem.
And that's a part of our safety plan if we would have to evacuate the building and then reconvene at another point, and then have all the students sign in using positive attendance and then start to track down those children that weren't able to make it there.
Pretty powerful information to have.
I think the biggest piece of it is communicating, of just letting people know why we're doing that, and then framing it in such a way that they see value.
We're not trying to track your child, we're trying to let you know where your child is.
It requires a little bit of patience, it requires a lot of communication to your staff, to your students, and to your families. We want to free up our students and our teachers to do all about the business of learning, and these technology changes have helped us do that.
There's still so many ways technology can be used in K-12 education that have not yet been dreamed up or tried out. Stay tuned for the next episode of Education Innovations for even more of these real-world EdTech success stories.